Cheating wife said, "Don't be dramatic. It's just innocent flirting," as she gave her number to. It started with a laugh. Not the kind that blooms naturally, spilling out without thought. No, this one was deliberate, measured, a laugh reserved for someone else. We were at a quiet bar, a place she had insisted we try. Dim lighting, hushed conversations, the kind of place designed to look intimate while encouraging distance. I sat beside her, whiskey in hand, pretending not to notice, but I did. I noticed the way her eyes flicked sideways, not toward me, but to the man leaning against the counter. His hand rested lazily on his glass, his gaze heavy with intent. And she welcomed it. I saw it in the angle of her shoulders, the subtle tilt of her head, the deliberate pause in her sentence, leaving space for him to intrude. When he did, sliding closer, she didn't recoil. She smiled. Her hand brushed against his arm, not accidental, though she would later claim otherwise. And then it happened. A napkin, a pen, her number, written quickly, folded, pressed into his palm with a whisper of fingertips. My glass never left my lips. I sipped. I waited. And then, as if rehearsed, she turned to me with a grin, too bright, too careless. "Don't be dramatic," she said, her voice low, dismissive. "It's just innocent flirting." Innocent. The word echoed in my head, sharp as glass. I nodded slowly, but inside something shifted. Not rage, not heartbreak, something colder. A clarity I had been waiting for. Innocent flirting. That's what she called it. The late nights at work, the messages answered in the bathroom, the sudden bursts of laughter at texts she refused to explain. It all had a name now, wrapped neatly in denial. Innocent. She believed that word would shield her, that it would build a wall high enough to keep me from seeing over it. But the wall had cracks. I remembered the way she began turning her phone screen face down on the table, how she angled her body away when she typed, how she no longer asked me about my day, her attention siphoned somewhere else. The distance between us wasn't measured in miles, it was measured in silence. And silence, I've learned, is loud when you know how to listen. I played along, smiled where she needed me to smile, agreed when she offered hollow excuses. Inside, I cataloged everything. The perfume lingering on her skin at midnight, the receipts she tried to bury in her purse, the hesitation before answering, as if rehearsing a script. She thought I didn't see, but I saw everything. And with each detail, the word innocent rotted into something foul. I began my work in shadows, not with confrontation, that would have given her power. Confrontation invites lies. No, I wanted truth. Truth that couldn't be twisted. The first step was simple, her phone records. Dates, times, patterns. Numbers that repeated late at night. Delivery. But when I called one of them, a man answered. Deep voice. Confused silence when I asked for Megan. Then the click of disconnection. I saved the number, logged the calls, built the timeline. Next came the receipts. Hotel bars, restaurants we had never visited together. Charges at times she claimed to be with friends. I followed, once, not closely, close enough to spook her, but just enough to see. She entered the hotel at 8:47 p.m. He followed at 8:49. They didn't emerge until past midnight. I sat in my car, hands steady on the wheel. Not rage, not despair, just patience. Each night after, I collected pieces. Screenshots, voicemails, a hotel booking in her name. And when the fragments were enough to form a picture, I hired someone to finish the work. A private investigator, discreet, efficient. 3 weeks later, he handed me a manila envelope, heavy with proof. Inside, photographs, dates, faces. Her face, his. Together, repeatedly. Valentine's Day, our anniversary. Even nights she claimed exhaustion, crawling into bed beside me with feigned fatigue. The truth wasn't a surprise, it was a confirmation. But knowing and proving are different weapons. Now I had both. I waited until evening, the apartment dim, shadows pooling in the corners. She came home late, perfume clinging to her like an admission. The envelope sat on the dining table, plain, unassuming, yet weighted with everything she thought hidden. She froze when she saw it. "What's this?" she asked, her voice too light, already cracking. I said nothing. She reached for it, fingers trembling as she opened the flap, pulled out the photographs, the receipts, the timeline inked in black and white. Her face drained of color, her lips parted, but no words came. Finally, a whisper. "It's not what it looks like." I watched her crumble, page by page. The photos, the calls, the hotel. Her hands shook, her breathing quickened. It's not." I cut her off with a single, calm sentence. "It's exactly what it looks like." The silence that followed was thick, suffocating. She covered her face with her hands, her body folded inward. Tears spilled. But they were too late. I let her sit in it. The evidence spread before her like a crime scene. No yelling, no accusations. Rage would have given her escape. A way to paint me as unstable. I stayed silent, controlled. Then I slid another paper across the table. Her lease, signed, prepared months ago. An apartment across town. Proof she was planning to leave me once the timing aligned. Her eyes widened. The tears turned frantic. "You weren't supposed to see that," she stammered. I leaned back, my voice low, deliberate. "You were never going to tell me." She collapsed into the chair, sobbing now. Her words fractured. "Please, we can fix this. We can start over. I'll stop. I stood, collected the envelope, and walked toward the door. Her cries followed me, sharp, desperate. "Don't go. Please, we can fix this." I turned once, just enough for her to see the detachment in my eyes. "No," I said. "You broke it long before tonight." Then I left her there, alone, drowning in her own betrayal. The apartment feels lighter now. Not brighter, just stripped of her shadow. Her laughter doesn't echo here anymore. The perfume doesn't linger. Even the silence has changed. People ask if I hate her, if I want revenge. But revenge isn't fire. It isn't rage. It's frost. It's leaving someone with the weight of their own choices. No excuses, no denial. Just the truth, naked and merciless. She has it now. Every photograph, every receipt, every moment she thought was hidden. I don't need to watch her fall apart. I don't need to see her beg, because I already know the truth. She destroyed herself. All I did was open the envelope. And in that clarity, I finally understood. Betrayal doesn't end you, it frees you.